Or maybe in general. Who knows?
Who knows the
fate? Is
fate?
that spicy to say? No.
Who knows? Who knows what the fate of shit going on is? But all I know is that we won't be here anymore.
We won't be here, so it won't be the same.
Yeah, I was sitting and reminiscing. I wasn't actually reminiscing today, but I was talking to my roommate.
What? Oh
my God, we forgot to clap, so we didn't start.
Wait, let's clap at the same time.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3.
So do we have to start again? Sorry.
So the reason why we clap is because
they have to sync the audio.
They have to sync the audio, and that's the easiest way for them to do it. But it's just become like
it's silly
way to like we've always started.
Yeah,
the podcast.
Obviously you start after the clap.
Yeah, you start after the clap. I remember
today
this
we
year.
Forgot to clap.
I remember this year, like when I started with you as like the last. When did we start? Like September or something?
In September.
Yeah. We were recording on our phones, and audio was horrible every single time. And we didn't have video. So this is a huge upgrade.
Yeah,
like this podcast has come through the roof with like
lots of changes. It's definitely very different from when I started. I started in January of last year.
Yeah. So
used to blow into the microphone.
Yeah, I used to blow into the mic.
Jail.
And it was Jacob had to like put the setting on my phone so the feedback wasn't like as much, because I'd be like yelling into my phone. And I remember Jacob, like, so we would usually have Molly and Jacob in the room in like the corners of the room for some reason. They were always in the corners of the room, and we'd sit in the middle,
really close to each other,
or like sit really close to each other and near the computer where we had all of the stuff that we'd like prompt like our conversations.
Now we don't prompt ourselves anymore.
Because sometimes you guys would be louder in the one person's phone than your own.
Yeah.
So we used to have to like spread out.
Yeah, so I used to be louder in Jill's phone than my phone, because I was so loud in my phone that my phone just like cut the audio.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So they would always use Jill's phone's audio
it's
for like
it's
my
been
voice.
really nice to hear, not even hear myself in particular, but to like speak into the proper microphones. Like it's nice. Like I was so used to just like holding.
I think I really hated the sound of my voice on phone, but when I watch back all of this and like the audio from these like upgraded versions of the podcast, I like actually like my voice. Like I don't know, it's like some weird thing where like you don't like hearing yourself, but I actually like hearing myself in some way.
Podcast voice.
Well, it doesn't sound like, I feel like if you go back and you listen to the old ones, my voice sounds way more high pitched.
Yeah.
Like
definitely. I never really thought about the way that I sounded, I don't think, but I just kind of know that I have a weird voice.
I remember first episode when we got these mics, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
My voice sounds so different. I love it.
Put the headphones on, you like fall into the abyss.
Yeah, you well, I understand why ASMR people love it so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to come back to the last episode, but I get it.
It makes sense now. But yeah, it's my 29th episode. I recorded 29 podcast episodes. I definitely could say I did a lot, but
yeah, I haven't recorded 29.
Yeah, 29. Isn't that kind of cuckoo?
That is really crazy. You've spoken to the abyss 29 times, hoping someone will hear it. And honestly, our views have gone through the roof.
Yeah, they've gone up since Scotty's been around, but
yeah, it was me.
Well, it's been up.
Yeah,
since
it was me.
It's been up since we started recording video.
But no, it's truly like it's
shit
has hit the fan with like views, because we've been able to put content on like YouTube Shorts. Meanwhile, the YouTube Short comments have not been
We've changed our game. We love you,
YouTube
Shorts.
The greatest to us, but we love you, YouTube Shorts, and this is our love letter to you.
Yeah, thank you, YouTube Shorts.
You've given us a lot of like
good laughs.
Not just good laughs, but like moments in the mirror. Just no, not at all.
I don't need to talk about looking at myself. Like I look at myself in the footage, but I just like will look myself in the footage. I'm like, damn, I look like that. Ugh.
The one episode where they were ranking on you for the staring like concept that you were trying to
I would dog on me too. You know what? After then I was like, you know what? Makes sense.
Like they were just so outlandish, those comments.
It's okay. I recovered from it.
Obviously we recovered. We don't care about you guys, but I just thought that like they were so creative in the comments.
Yeah, they were.
That's one moment where I was like, damn, that hurt, but also at the same time, like,
did it hurt you or did it hurt me?
Come on, humankind. Like, we're creative.
Jesus Christ.
No, it didn't hurt me. It hurt Joe. Yeah. Shame on you.
Yeah, but this is the last one. I'm never recording a podcast episode likely ever again.
Well, we're not going to be in the same place.
We won't be in the same place. We won't be but I don't think I'll ever record a podcast ever again.
You never know.
I'm going to go for highly unlikely.
I I may jump on that train with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for highly unlikely.
Yeah, the odds of us doing a podcast again,
Slim.
in our retrospect, like
Slim to none.
respective areas are slim to none.
No shade to the podcast game. Love
I love a good podcast.
You know, you hear a good podcast, you're like, wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
But with time, recording a podcast episode, it's like a lot of talking. Very like methodical talking.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking, like Scotty will say things. I think like, okay, how do I use what he just said to like move on? Or
yeah, it's
like,
not like actually responding to what you're saying. It's
I'm here. I already know what Scotty's gonna say. Like I already know what's coming from Scotty. How do we segue? Like how do we change?
Yeah, no, and every single time we've done that, or we've done a segue, or like just talked about, or moving on to the next topic. Like I always like when we do it well, I look at you and I'm like, Good job.
Yeah.
Like if you listen back, you can hear me always go, good job.
The editors in chief were like, wow, I just see how you did. I'm like, yeah.
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 It becomes, it's a little weird because sometimes I'm like, I'll be talking to people and they're like, oh, you do a podcast, right? And then I get, it's the same kind of conversation. Like we talk normally, pretty normally on here, but we definitely don't talk like this when we're not sitting down recording our conversation.
Yeah, well, obviously because we can open up the conversation to like so much.
It's a different color lens glass that I look at Scotty, and when we start to when we put the headphones on, it's like a new.
It's like forced family fun almost. Like we are forced to sit and interact with each other right now.
Yeah.
But it's almost like we've scoped all conversation into like this one small circle, and we can only go within that, and we try to make it bigger.
It's
then we're bridging on the lines of like
talking
nonsense, me yelling to the mic, me making noises, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been really fun and interesting and weird, like doing this. It's been a interesting creative journey,
and it's been so much fun because we've had like an amazing team.
Yeah,
like, we have Jacob, Ailey, we have Ben, we have Paige, we have Nadia.
We love you guys.
Nadia, I just want that one little edit right now in the clip of just you saying that you're here, because I love watching the videos back and seeing Nadia's presence only in the video, and it's like. I loved this.
Last week it's just got like Idaho written like clean across the front.
Because we were like talking about
totally the wrong place.
It was we were trying to debate whether it was Iowa and Idaho. We just settled on the Midwest, and and Nadia just put Idaho.
Nadia, turn on your webcam and like wave.
No, but it's been really, and like even like gotta say thank you to like Camilla and Molly. Like,
and Molly too. She's over there overseas. Matt.
Like, it's been a journey, guys.
Yeah.
We've been on a saga. I'm still waiting for the election day video.
Oh my God. We did a drunk election day video.
I don't know. It's literally, I want to see it so bad. We've never seen the footage.
The file got corrupted, so we weren't able ever to get
Isn't that what they said?
Yeah, didn't they say?
The audio of it.
The audio's there, but the video got corrupted, I think, or something.
Something happened, but it doesn't matter.
We both were like pounding drinks and trying to talk from a teleprompter about the election. The back of her phone shattered, and you guys were never able to see. The table fell in the middle of the video.
But things like that, like it's like moments where it's like I can't even describe it to people out of context. Like it's so like when we were shooting in our superstitions episodes, even though we don't want to talk about that episode.
Oh, I had that deleted.
I know, but we did delete that intentionally. But
we were trying to recreate Trixie and Katya.
But it was fun in its own right.
It was fun,
like all of these things are really fun. It's very fun to experiment in. It's fun to experiment in college.
I agree. And with like college, like it really hit me like last night that we are leaving. Yeah. Like that is the craziest part. We've spent 4 years of our lives like in one place, and after like the first year, I remember like after freshman year, I was able to call this place home.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my parents, and I was like, when they're saying, when are you going back to school, or when are you going back or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I need to go home like this date. Like I remember thinking that like freshman year, at end of freshman year, and being like, wow, I just called like
school
Gainesville of all places home.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just like crazy that we have to like build a whole new community of people in like a different
start
place.
A new world.
Yeah. Well, you're moving back.
I'm moving.
You're moving back.
I am moving home.
But that's awesome though, because you already have like that foundation, and like home for you is so much cooler than like home for any other people, because yours is the big city.
Yeah.
So like you have a different taste of home, which is so much better.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very like, it's peculiar because today we had like senior brunch, and I actually have a story. It's vaguely incriminating. So yesterday, my roommates and I, I've lived with the same three. It's me and two other roommates, and we've lived together since we were sophomores. So we lived together forever.
Yeah, that's a long time. I haven't had the same roommate I haven't had the same roommate all 4 years I've been in college.
Yeah, the three of us have lived together for 3 years now. And we lived in an apartment for 2 years, and we just moved into a house. And yesterday we were in the area of the Hub on 3rd Avenue.
Yeah.
And we were like, let's go.
Near my place.
We were like, let's go inside and just knock on the front door and see if our old roommate's home. Because the girl that we lived with last year, she still lives in the same apartment. And we're like, she'll totally let us in. Like, it doesn't matter. We knock on the door. There's no answer. And I'm like, screw it. I stole the door number. Just peeled it clean off. Just took it.
It's like a little token.
I've been wanting it for a while. I wanted it when we moved out, and I just forgot to get it and all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah,
you should frame it.
It's hanging up outside of our house now, which is funny.
That's
but
really cute.
I stole it, and I was so proud of myself. Like, I thought we were crying, laughing, but of course it's right in front of a camera. And we then texted our roommate. We're like, we want to just come by. Like, we want to just say what's up to you, like, see what's going on around the house, like the apartment. And today we're at Swamp, and so we're really close to the Hub, so she lets us come in. Third thing she says to us, someone stole our door number yesterday. And she had worked out with her roommates the timeline
of when it got stolen.
On when it got stolen.
Was she right?
Yeah, she was like, it had to have been sometime in the middle of the day. I think I took it at like 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1:30. I probably took it. She was like, it had to have been sometime in the middle of the day. Couldn't have been my friends. Could have been this people. It was gone before we went out last night. Blah, 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 blah. We told the Hub about it. We said that they're going to have to check the security camera. My roommate, Lexi's like, no. Don't, you know, this used to happen to people all the time. Like, when we lived here, like, people got their door number stolen all the time. Like, we have someone else's, like, at our house. Like, it just ended up on our doorstep. Like, I don't even know, like, if they're going to have the footage. Like, you shouldn't look it up.
Yeah.
It was me.
Yeah.
It was me.
Yeah.
Went bang. It just came right off.
So are they going to look at the footage?
If they look, they're going to see me in my Miami Dolphins t-shirt, like, like
running
giggling.
away.
Yeah. Sprinting through the hallway.
Oh my gosh. I remember when I used to live at Standard, sophomore year.
It's so weird.
I used to say that Standard was like a landlocked cruise ship.
Yeah.
Because it really was. Like, you could not understand how to navigate the hallways of that place.
It's an impossible building to know.
And it was, everyone would come there to drink at the top, on the rooftop.
You can't go up there anymore.
Why?
You can only go, each resident has only one guest.
Is someone always there checking?
Yeah, they have a security guard up there now.
Wow. They've leveled up.
Yeah, I haven't seen it with my own eyes.
But they've leveled up. Oh, good for them. Maybe it's on only certain days, because they used to do that. But only certain days, yeah.
Oh.
It's not like all the time.
Apparently, it's all the time now.
Good for you, Standard. Come on, Landmark.
Use another pool. Use another pool, you greediness freak.
Greedy little grubbing hands.
But it was weird to be in my old apartment and stand out. Like, I used to sit on that balcony every night, and I'm just like, I was standing up there. We thought we'd never be back, and we're like looking at each other like, what the hell?
Yeah. You're back in the old place.
We're like, let's go home.
Yeah.
Like, let's leave.
Yeah.
We're done here. Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
I still can't believe that it's like finally happening. Like I don't know. I remember you told me to apply to this, and then lo and behold, we did a full year of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A full year of recording podcasts. Yeah. It's insane. It's really weird to think about. I was hesitant at first. I was like, it's kind of weird. And everyone's like, of course. Like, everyone always makes comments about people that have podcasts.
I agree. It's because you're voicing your own opinion. Like, to whoever who wants to start a podcast and just whoever wants to start something new, obviously you're going to be met with criticism. Like, yeah, especially where you're putting something that like is your own opinion in some way, or just you talking to the general masses in a place for it to be accessible. Oh yeah, well, it's just like
no one makes fun of me.
You're gonna be. What I was trying to say is you're gonna be
something to do with that boy face.
No, that
was the best comment.
I am a punching bag. Like, I am a very easy target, and I'm pretty absorbent too. Like, I don't really.
When
care.
you say this and then it's put on YouTube Shorts, this
don't
is just
put
inviting
this on YouTube
them.
Shorts.
This is just inviting them to say something.
Please don't say
because they always do.
Like
when you like say it before they say it, they still say it.
But it's like, why? What did I do? Like,
I think that YouTube has taught us that there are so many more people in the world that we actually know. Like we can't really wrap our heads around how many people, how many different walks of life they're from, and how many like different opinions. The ones we've encountered are gross, but how many different opinions there are.
That is very true.
And like, regardless, when you step into something new, when you do something new, you're going to be met with criticism with it. And like, I think that was like something that we both kind of didn't understand going into this. Yeah. Like when we started recording and uploading and everything. Yeah. Like we didn't really understand the fact that like you are going to have different people. Yeah. Actually, like obviously you're going to deal with different people.
You have no idea what's going on.
Like, but exactly. Like there are so many people when you finally can like kind of comprehend it because we've been met with different opinions of that sort. And not that we're like shielded or bubbled. No. Like we genuinely did not have a real scope of like
what the possibilities
uploading to something. Like if you want to start your own content and whatever that may be, like you honestly do not understand the scope of like how many people you can actually reach within just uploading. Yeah. And it's crazy. Like it's like we live in a world of technology and it's just like that was like our actual one little tidbit that like really hit home. But obviously we like you can talk about any technology and be like chat GPT is like better or some shit.
I was thinking about this recently because like I've been having conversations about what I do particularly on this podcast, but it's like we started off initially doing exclusively pop culture,
which can bite you in your butt.
Carolina and I like at the time like we'd be like what the like, and I was thinking about this. It's very hard just to be like like if this was our full-time job, it would definitely be a totally different story. Like
completely because
something was pressing and something was
like we would always want to like so we have not that we don't want to make it good. No, it's just like
we have to operate on a schedule. We have to operate. We are on a recording schedule. We record episodes on Sundays to be released on Thursday. Let's say there's something that happened in pop culture on Thursday. By the following Thursday, that's washed news. Yeah. There's something
so it's hard to prepare sometimes.
There's something that so we would have conversations about things and I would be like, okay, like we did an episode on You Must Not Be Named and who? Kanye West.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time it was like controversial and all of this stuff had happened, but then
we did one?
No.
Oh,
I did one.
You did one.
And
yeah. I've been through the archives.
Yeah, the D-Slay of Ye. And
have you listened to most of the episodes before?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Period.
But we had this whole conversation, and then within that week, he had done something really crazy, and I was like, I'm almost hesitant
to like upload this
for you to release this because it's pointless.
But yeah, like I think that beforehand we would just upload to Spotify, which was like awesome, but the exposure that you get from like something else like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's just so much better.
It's so
like, it's so hard to find a podcast on Spotify, you know?
Yes, but it's also weird because like I consider this, and also this is like generally speaking throughout college and everything that I'd done. Mm-hmm. But you go in with certain expectations and you come out with something totally not what you expected it to be like entirely. Because like I host a podcast, but like I kind of know what Jacob does. I know what Nadia does. I know exactly what Ben does. Like I know what all of them are doing, but I've never done their job, but I can do it if I thought about it really hard. Yeah. Take me a long time. I'm not saying that I could do
Nadia, I could never do your job.
I can't do that shit.
I couldn't do your job.
But if it was pressing, you know, if I had a gun to my head and someone said, edit this podcast, I would get there eventually. It wouldn't be good.
Meet, like, ends meet, you know? Yeah. Like, if it had, like, money involved or something.
So, it's also one of those, but it's, like, in every other, you come to realize that you pick up all these teeny tiny little skills. And it's weird.
Honestly, the one skill that I say that I picked up from this is learning to, like, divert conversation really well.
Really well.
Really well.
The other day, this was funny. When we were at Dog. Yeah. Something happened, and then someone started telling me a story, and I literally was like, I have to get out of this, like, immediately. Like, how am I going to get out of it? I waddled my way out of that conversation flawlessly. Like, I was like, oh, that's so weird. Like, I never really considered that. that happened to me once. Like, that's so insane. Lying through my teeth. That happened to me. Like, I was insane. Like, I just felt so, and then they're still going, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's insane. Like, that's literally insane. Hold on 1 second. I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Never came back.
Well, that's not really a segue. That's just avoiding them.
Yeah. That was just a general.
That's not segueing a conversation. That's straight up saying, oh my God, I hear you, I see you, I'm leaving.
That's that's the end of the episode.
That's just like stopping the conversation.
Do you have any new songs for me?
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you have any new songs?
Yeah, instead of the way we've ended the episode every time, it's like do you have any songs for us today?
Do you have any songs for me, Scott?
Yeah, like that's basically what Jill did to that person, that dog.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. Your dog bit your eye. Do you have any songs for me today? Like, you know? And then you just leave.
Yeah, literally. Sorry. Well, Scotty picked up better skills than I did. I just have learned to get up and walk away.
If I'm in a conversation with the person, I need to get to a said point. I feel like I could do that pretty well now. You know?
Yeah.
So.
People are always like, how do you know so much about stuff? I'm like, because I have a podcast.
I honestly think that like half of it is just like we could be wrong. I don't, and we have been wrong on a lot of stuff that we've said, but it's just genuinely just how you say it, like confidently.
Yeah, they're like, how do you? I'm like, I don't actually.
Like I know like 75% of this topic, but I'm just gonna fill in the blanks and just be like,
sure. I'm just gonna use words,
which is sometimes bad news. Like that's bad news, point blank general. But like,
I went to a top 5 public university, so I went.
But the things we have done, like. Not like reported, but like talked about. Like I feel like we've gotten like 95% of the content right. I mean, like we've missed out on a few things.
Except for last week.
What was last week?
Iowa.
Oh yeah, Iowa and Idaho. Whatever.
Sorry,
we clarified and just said Midwest, which was
true.
Right?
It was true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But recording this podcast has been a journey. It's been a trip.
I mean, it's just like we talk about anything under the sun in here, and then after like we kind of gave you like the rundown of like the history of the podcast, but like after every single episode, Jill and I will get in a car or get on our scooter or wherever, whoever picked up whoever. Silence. Just because of like the burnout we feel of like talking and like filling the blank spaces. And I think that has actually been something that's bit me in the butt this whole year because, like, I haven't been able to sit in silence comfortably. Yeah. Like, not that this is, like, a repeating thing. No. But it's just, like...
We sit in silence. I'm like, I do not want...
I don't... Like, I sit in silence with Jill, and it doesn't feel right anymore because we've almost been, like, Pavlov's dog, like, prompted to, like, always speak to each other when we see each other.
But then the burnout after, we're like, we're really tired.
Yeah, like every single time I've got in the car, I think I've said I need a nap, and we've just been talking for like 30 minutes. Really, like
I know, it's like it takes a lot out of you. Don't know why, but yeah,
this has been something that truly like I have loved doing.
It's separate from the rest of the stuff that I do.
Yeah, like this is something that I never thought I would actually like jump into. Like I remember me and you got along really well, and it was just like something that you said you did, and then like a little light bulb went off in my brain and was like, can I do that with you?
And I was like, yeah.
And you're like, yeah. Like usually when you meet someone, like not like usually when you meet someone, but usually when you meet someone and you say something like that, they're like, they meet you with like excitement. Jill was like, yeah. Jill did the exact opposite. She was just like, yeah, you can do it.
I do that a lot, and I realize like I don't mean it like in a...
Also, wait, the one thing that you do is that when we are talking, like not in podcast setting or anything, it's like when you agree with something, you'll just walk away in silence. Like you'll just go like, mm-hmm. But when you disagree with something, you'll say it like and stay there. But like when you agree with something, you'll just walk away.
Yeah, I just like I'm very bad at like I'm clearly very bad at ending conversations. Like I don't really know. Like I'm always down to talk. Like I'm down to continue to have conversations. But when I'm no longer interested in the topic matter, or it's just the conversation is dry, or like over, I'm like, okay, I can either find something else to talk about or I can just disappear. Because if I'm sitting around places in silence, like I have to feel the sound somehow. Like I can't, I I can sit in silence comfortably when I'm by myself, or if it's very like I have my headphones on, or like it's clear that I'm not. But any other time, I'm kind of constantly in limbo. Like I'm always down. Like if anyone wants to like let me know like something.
What we're doing?
No, for real. Like I'm thinking about like even in my house, like my roommates walk around, like they'll walk through like a room. I'm like, yo, what's up? I expect them to stop. And then like after I said, yo, what's up? And they're like, I'm doing this and blah, blah, blah. Like they're good to just keep going. Yeah. And that's what I do. Random
off topic theory is that I know when someone was raised with like a bunch of siblings or something, because if you like live with them or something, or if you like just interact with them in general and they need to go somewhere, they'll say, I'm going to that. Like, yeah, I'll announce. You'll announce where you're going. Yeah. And I feel like the people that I know are only children. Sorry, Jacob. Just kind of just walk away.
Yeah. No,
it's just because it's because like your parents like always kind of had to know where everyone was. Yeah. So you almost were like forced to say where you're going or tell where you're going. Yeah. Before the parent would ask, because they would always like be like, which one is where and
you're like, I'm going there.
Yeah. So the other day I was like,
stood up. Weird way. I stood up and I was with my roommate, who is an only child, who will just get up.
Yeah.
She just will get up. And we're sitting next to each other. And I'm like, I'm going to shower. She's like, okay. What, was I going to come with you?
Is she an only child?
Yeah.
See?
And I was like, okay.
See? They're like, why would you say that?
Yeah. She's like, okay. Okay. Like, just go. But I do walk away when I agree with something. I'm like, yeah. Or I'll walk in places and say nothing and just walk out. Because if I can't think of something on the spot, I'm gone. I always think about, like, when I was at my sorority house, everyone would lose me all the time. Or when I go on functions or when I go to the bar, people lose me. Because I'll start a conversation and then I'm like, oop, shiny new toy. And I'll turn around and then I'll go back and then I'm like, wait, I never finished my story. And then I have to return back and I just will move around, like constantly around in circles. And then someone's like, where have you been for 2 hours? And I was like,
oh my God, the question now that we're graduating is going to be like, where have you been? It's been 2 years rather than 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We've met so many people and like...
It's going to be, for me, like I'm going to see probably less than 10 people within the next 2 years from college. And that's that.
For the seniors that are listening, I just want to say...
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And also... life doesn't stop in college, Like, you're going to meet so many people. End. Yeah. And, like, I've had to remind myself a few times because, like, we get so existential about, like, starting a new beginning and stuff. Yeah. And it's just, like, you got to do it. You got to just jump into it full throttle because, like, if not now, when? Like, if you're not comfortable now, then when? You got to get there. You got to, and then once you're comfortable again, jump into something else. I sound like a life coach. Oh my God. You see, I didn't hear the glitter. Hold on. You have to put the... Do you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it now. Okay. See, the more you know.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, that's just so crazy that like everyone, and I'm sure you guys have met like so many people in college, and like, it's just so weird that like the people that you spent 4 years with are just like...
Yeah.
Not like gone like that, but like... It's almost harder to connect because I feel like if the people are within the same place as you, it's easier because you see them or you just run into them or something. Like, obviously, you stay connected with them about what's going on. But, like, as soon as we all leave, it's like LinkedIn,
It's like this.
It's just like
Instagram,
LinkedIn. And even obviously with Instagram, you don't get the full story. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's just you're branding yourself.
You get the Instagram, you get the LinkedIn.
Yeah, you get
it's a little mix of both.
And then sometimes TikTok, if they're like not corporate, Yeah. I feel like if you're corporate,
I don't think I'm gonna post on TikTok ever again. I posted the other day. It was a funny TikTok.
Just put it on your friends, like the people that actually follow you.
Yeah, but like none of my friends have TikTok anymore.
I need to delete mine.
Yeah, same.
Well, I'm not deleting it because anything. It is a great source.
Deleting it for mental reasons.
Yeah, like mental reasons only because I just need to like
Get it together.
Get that screen time down.
Yeah.
You know? Because this year
we've
had 0 classes. I don't know about you, but I've had 0 classes.
Yeah, I don't go to school.
I have 0 classes. It's really funny. UF commented on my...
Yeah, UF commented on Scotty's grad pic.
And I took a screenshot. It's like, thanks, Scotty, for being such an amazing student. And I took a screenshot, and it's like, I haven't been to class in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
UF, don't take down your comment. It's actually really nice that you commented.
Yeah, that
was crazy.
I'm gonna go public and tag University of Florida, hoping that maybe they'll comment on mine too.
That'd be nice.
It would be really nice because I deserve it.
I think I was the first one to do it because I was I just want to get it over with. I just want to post it and just be done with and not think about it.
Yeah, there's a weird timeline for posting those, and I just got new ones taken, so I got to figure that out.
You had 2 photo shoots? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because my whole friend group wanted to
do one. Okay.
But we also got on the field this time.
Well,
it's irrelevant information.
What are your ending thoughts on all of this? This is the last time that you'll be able to say anything and cast it into the world.
I'm not very good at firsts, and I'm worse at lasts. I like to think my second impression is my best impression. Mm-hmm. I'm good at when I'm referred other people, but I'm bad at first impressions, and I'm even worse at saying goodbye. Really terrible at leaving things. So I was telling my friend about a philosophy that I have recently and that I feel like a lot of people demonstrate is that they find the bad things in the good stuff to make it easier to leave. And I didn't do this with this podcast. It's sad. I'm sad that I'm not going to do this ever again, but also I'm done. I'm over it.
We can't change it.
It's my time, set the time. The time has come and it's over.
You guys are going to be taken care of next year. I promise that.
But it's weird. It's very weird it's done.
Yeah. Well, my last thought before we do what music?
Do you have any music for me?
Yeah, before that, I don't know. I just the last kind of few things that I want to say to not just the world. I'm not acting like it's to the whole world, universe. But no, it's not. It's just the last few things of people that I want to that listen or just see it on YouTube Shorts or whatever. Not just be kind, but I don't know. If you had to wish for something, I would just wish that you would hope for kindness in general. I feel this is the last, the world is in a weird place and everything, and this has been a great way for us to escape that. Honestly, This has been a great way to talk about it, but also escape it. And also feel we're doing something about it by talking about it, because if it's not talked about, then it's a problem. But I don't know. I feel I just hope my one want for people that listen or anything is just go into the world and just not just be kind. I don't want to sound cliche, but have genuine emphasis about what you do and how it does impact the ones around you, and just always find that family, the people that you're with, because I feel this has been a little family.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to leave, but
it'll be sad to go.
Yeah. So you got any new music for
Gotta love it to leave it. But wait, actually, I have a question before. What was your senior quote?
In high school?
Yeah.
I didn't have a senior quote.
You didn't?
No, they didn't do that for us. They actually, the year that I graduated high school, they stopped doing senior quotes.
So did you want one?
I don't think so.
Do you think you could come up with one now?
If it ain't, no. If you ain't first, you're last, Ricky Bobby.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
That's a pretty common one.
I know. I don't want to say that one because I know that one and someone spelling something out with the periodic table is a common one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I have to dig through my notes because I have a whole bunch of quotes through it, but I know it'd be something sentimental, something about being a good person, or obviously, I don't know, just giving back. But
mine was don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Two sides.
That was my senior quote.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Because I was saying that a ton around that time. People were asking questions. I was don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
You're chaos.
I definitely think My senior quote now is to ask questions.
Ask questions. Ask me how I'm doing.
Just ask questions.
Just ask how I'm doing.
My senior year of high school, don't ask questions you don't want to.
You've changed.
And now, just ask questions.
You've changed.
Just
You've
ask.
grown.
Just
I'm
ask.
proud.
Yeah.
Well, I love you guys.
Love you too. Do you have any songs for me, Scotty?
I have one song for you.
I also have to find it's Tame Impala.
Joker by because I tried to play it in Dog, but I think that's great.
It is.
It's a great song to end on. Joker by the Steve Miller Band.
There you go. Dun dun.
That
was the only song I used to play on Guitar Hero. Mine is Why Won't You Make Up Your Mind, Tame Impala.
Well, we love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. And I want to give a special thank you to Allison because she walked up to me and said that she listens every week, and I love you.
Thank you, Mom, for listening to these episodes, even though I tell you not to.
I love you. I love you.
Mom.
Thank you for listening. And also thank you for agreeing that she curses more than me. Bye, guys.
Goodbye. Love you, Scotty.
Love you, Jill. Mwah. Aww.
Bye. Is that your song of the week, Jacob?
I don't know what song that is.
It's like a totally made up song.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Aww. I don't want to leave this chair.
How do I end it? How do I turn off the recording?